Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode of What's New to IBM. I'm your host, as always, PJ Haggerty. And today, we're talking to Chris Williams from HashiCorp. And he's here to tell us what's happening with HashiCorp and everything that's going on there. Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name is Chris Williams. I'm the Developer Relations Manager for North America for HashiCorp. I am a player coach in the DevRel space where I manage the team for North America, but I also get out there and do the things. Talking about the HashiCorp tools like Terraform and Vault and all the good stuff.
Awesome, awesome. So you're kind of like me, but wearing a slightly different t-shirt.
Slightly, a little darker. No AI stuff to speak of as of yet.
Yet. Stick AI in everything.
Everything.
Now that HashiCorp is part of the IBM family, like what are some of the things we can look forward to? Like what are some of the offerings that are coming up that IBM clients or potential clients might want to know about?
I mean, I think it's safe to say that there's going to be a lot of integrations between the portfolios that are going to be happening. There's a lot of, I mean, obviously we're not making any promises. We are just opining into the future as to what's going to happen. I think Terraform is going to be Terraform Vault at Boundary Console are going to be taking, a larger place in the portfolio on the IBM side, and vice versa. We're going to start leveraging and working better together as well. One big happy family.
Exactly. I'm actually kind of hoping that things remain kind of like HashiCorp identity, IBM identity, Red Hat identity, DataStax identity, mostly just because I want the shirts, but like also because it allows for this like big portfolio of things that you can do. Right. And what are some of like the common things that people use, some of the things that people come to HashiCorp for and what you're known for? I know like a lot of it goes under like it's DevOps, that kind of umbrella. But like dig into it a little bit. Like what does HashiCorp have to offer people?
I mean, there's so many options that you can tackle it from. I personally am very strong and heavy into the Terraform side of things. I came from like, VMware back in the day. I was a VMware V-expert. I have all the certs from like ye olden days, and now I'm an AWS hero and I do all the things on the AWS side. So I very much lean into leveraging it for all of my needs from that perspective. Not only the deployment of infrastructure, but using CI/CD pipelines and testing and all of those things to make sure that the environments are not only stood up and running, but monitored well, observed well, alarming well when things go bump in the night, and then handing things off to configuration management software, wink, that will help them to provision the software on said systems.
That's awesome. And what are some of the kind of the entryways, some of the ways developers, DevOps engineers, IBMers, non-IBMers can kind of get started? Is there like one single location, or is it like there's a great place to start the documentation that will ramp you up quickly? How do you get started in all things HashiCorp?
I'm so glad you asked. So the the Dev Docs is where we encourage everybody to go. I actually just had a Terraform certification webinar yesterday that where I helped folks figure out the learning paths and the learning patterns to get their feet wet. Invariably, what people do is they'll start on what we call the ILM side, the infrastructure lifecycle management side, and then they'll segue into the SLM, the security lifecycle management side. So ILM is Terraform. SLM is Vault, and Terraform and all of the infrastructure type things, and then SLM is Vault and all of the security type things. And there is a path that people will go to. First, they'll start building things using ILM, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I should protect all of my stuff." And then they'll lean into the SLM side, and then they'll start using Vault for secrets management, dynamic secrets provisioning, things of that nature.
Awesome. And do you find that it's like a steep learning curve, or most people, once they kind of start with the basics, it's very easy for them to get more and more into that kind of ecosystem?
It's not a steep learning curve, but it definitely depends on where you came from. I personally came from systems administration side, so I was provisioning things into vCenter using ClickOps since the before times. So I had to learn Git, and I had to learn, how to leverage an IDE and how to properly do version control. And so I had the learning curve from that perspective. If you come from a developer side, then you have to learn infrastructure. You have to learn what a CIDR block is. It's easier for certain career paths to pick up certain slices of Terraform. And then the other side of that is, oh, well, now I'm a developer, but I have absolutely no idea, what provisioning an EC2 instance means and why I should care about speeds and feeds, which to me just comes naturally.
Right, right. I mean, and that makes sense because my background kind of went the other way. I started as a developer building academic software. Then I went to work for a cloud company. Had to learn the DevOpsy infrastructure systems administration side.
Right.
While I was teaching those guys, like, yes, this is why we use, I think we were using like Atom at the time. This is why we use Atom. This is why we use this IDE. This is why these database structures make sense from a code perspective. Exactly. So yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that it really matters where you came from. That determines where you're going to go.
Yep, 100%.
Awesome. And what can we look forward to in the future? Like what's big on HashiCorp's horizon right now?
Well, I'm not sure how. I mean, is it depending upon who's going to be seeing this? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, obviously,
this goes directly to every CEO on the East Coast within the next 10 minutes.
We have zero plans. I do not know what is happening. Who am I? Am I Crit? No, I'm leaving.
Just hanging out, little itch on my chest.
I mean, obviously, we're going to see a lot of interest and integrations into OpenStack and stuff on the Red Hat side. As soon as the deal went through, my phone started blowing up with like, "Hey, let's start having these conversations now." So there's going to be a lot from that perspective. I can't really speak too much to the security side because that's not really my forte.
Sure.
But we have a ton of really excellent DAs that can speak to that, and hopefully for the next iteration of these types of interviews.
Awesome, and we'll keep an eye out for like anything that's coming out as far as workshops, videos, blog posts, whatever, everything that HashiCorp has coming out for developer and DevOps education. Mm-hmm. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy that you're all part of the family now, and that we'll be able to all exchange all of our wonderful knowledge and T-shirts, of course.
It's a pleasure. I look forward to meeting everybody in person.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, and thanks to everybody for listening. We'll see you next time on What's New.
Bye.